1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. We are back.
Mike
Yet
check.
another episode. Jive Turkey is the name of this particular episode.
Yep.
Because we
Jive
are.
Turkey.
It's not a diss to anybody. It's not like a. You know what I'm saying? It's Turkey Week in America. What's a podcast? We are back, episode 233, aka Jive Turkey. Right into the mix with your surround sound. You hear Streetwear Eddie.
If you got that Dolby 5.1,
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. DJ
Streetwear Eddie just to the place with a where you got the collar button all the way up to your neck.
No,
okay. Okay.
I got a hoodie.
Oh, that's a hoodie. All right, I'm bugging.
But yeah, we are here. What's a podcast? Episode 233, aka Jive Turkey. Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What's happening, fellas?
And don't charge Abdul. And don't charge Abdul.
Don't charge Abdul.
What's up? Yo?
Okay, there he is, people.
Yeah. What up?
Going on?
It's a lot happening at the house. It's that time.
It's sleep time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired, man.
It's me.
What's up?
We are back for yet another edition. Do remember to check us out. What's a podcast? On YouTube. It's youtube.com/what's a podcast. No, it's youtube.com/
Yeah.
What's a podcast 8716. And then it's also obviously we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts.
The numbers are going up.
The numbers are looking really good, actually. I had, as the creative director, I had a
did we vote that in or self-acclaim? Nah,
we give it
director.
You have to look. You have to look.
Have you checked his Instagram profile?
No. The board voted him in.
It's there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's there.
Yeah.
It's reparations. So basically,
hey,
you
earned it.
You earned it, bro.
You got engineer garments pants.
I don't actually.
You don't have any?
I don't have any.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Christmas gift.
We might have to snatch that title till you get a pair.
No. I'll be at the Nepenthe store in about.
You dropping the Pentis?
About 16 hours. I'll be at the Nepenthe store.
You gonna wear one of the weird bucket hats?
We had the buckets at the shop. You know what I mean?
You got the big ones, the ones that look like
we had those.
The Fat Albert joints.
We had those. We had those.
Racist.
Those are no longer. But I'll be at the Nepenthe shop shortly. I'll be in New York on the Tuesday that this drops. For a couple.
Oh, you are out.
Yeah, taking care of some things in New York, man. Just for
one day, quick in and out, or
shit.
Yeah, CD stuff. You know what I mean?
CD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to decide which remote I'm gonna take up there with me. It's such a
wow.
So many.
Okay.
Do I need the remote? Do I go a little? You know what I mean?
What else? What's the step above the Rimowa?
It's gotta
for
be
CDs.
For CD,
I mean, it's gotta be like some Virgil
not
Louis.
Like the ultra luxury guy, but if you're a CD, do you go past the Rimowa or do you stop at the Rimowa?
If you want like a duffel, you got to get like a Bodie bag. Bodie is like the next level.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Bodie, Bodie is. I'll be there for sure. And Pinterest Bodie. I still have some like classic Supreme. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have the
head border. Go like 05 and before, earlier.
Mine might be 07, the Budweiser.
07, that's good. 07
I have
like
the Budweiser. Yeah, Budweiser Supreme.
How about a head porter bag? Is that
I do have some head porter. Yeah.
Yo, head porter. Are they even still around?
Yeah, for sure. .jp heavy.
That's early CD gear. That's early flex.
That's telling how many times and what your game looks like in Japan.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because head porter wasn't a name that was thrown around often.
No, not at all. I mean, again, you had to really be on your .jp, Nepenthe heavy. You had to be on your HTM. You know what I'm saying? You had to be heavy with the HTM sneaker crew and the
Hiroshi Tinker and Mark.
Fragment had to be part of your you know what I'm saying? So trust and believe, man. You know what I mean? Like early creative director. Yeah. So what's the podcast? Washington, D.C. It is Thanksgiving week. I believe we don't celebrate. We don't call it Thanksgiving.
Family giving. Family and friends giving.
Yeah.
It's
just
more
kind of
like it.
family getting together, obviously. we're here. We're back.
Are you in town? Are you in town Thanksgiving?
I'll be back. I'll be back Wednesday morning. It's a quick CD trip. It's like,
but you're not going out. You're not going out to Arizona.
No, I only do Arizona for Christmas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 1 year soon, I need to go for Thanksgiving though. But
are you Dolos on Thanksgiving?
This one I'm gonna be Dolo. Yeah. This one I might look forward to the Dolo-ness though. It depends.
Why not stay up in New York?
I gotta come back here and get money.
Oh, you're playing on Wednesday night. That's a big night.
There's 2 gigs on Wednesday night. Yeah, I got that Thompson Hotel from 6 to 10.
That's the Morrow? Is that the Morrow is different.
The Morrow is Northeast.
Where's
Thompson Hotel is
Navy Yard.
Oh, I'm stepping through. I like that joint with the fly rooftop.
Yeah.
Looking at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Oh no, that spot is a vibe.
Yeah.
So that's Wednesday early because that spot is kind of like an early thing, right?
6 to 10 JB3. I think my man Jay Bass from Baltimore is going to come down as well.
And then what's after that?
And then
he's on his CD shit too.
Yeah, he is.
He's heavy.
And then we're going to get Darla Nikki after that.
That's a big one.
Okay.
Big one, Paul. Darla
Nikki Wednesday edition.
Well, because Thanksgiving being Thursday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
all right.
I think if you're gonna make it to Darla Nikki, I think we're keeping the kitchen open a bit later than normal. Kitchen usually closes around 10. I think we're shooting to keep it open as late as possible.
Where do people eat in there? It's so crowded. How can you even eat?
Eat in the lobby when you walk in.
Yeah, but that shit is like crazy. That's bananas in the lobby.
Oh, they eat. Like you got to pull up. If you pull up there at 1 o'clock on a Friday night, there's people grubbing their faces off in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the music go to for food at Capo?
Buffalo chicken cheesesteak. Incredible.
Wow. Okay.
Incredible.
Abdul, you should see if they will make your famous yum sandwich there and see how it is.
They don't do fried chicken cutlets, so
yes, they do.
I don't think they have a fried chicken sandwich.
They have a chicken cutlet sandwich. I've had it before.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the buffalo chicken cheesesteak sounds exotic.
Do they have grilled onions, extra grilled onions?
You can do it. They have a whole list. If you guys want to, while you guys are recapping your individual weekends, I will double check to see if they have that, because while my weekend was cool, it does not compare to y'all's weekends. You know
my weekend was crazy, but not as crazy as it could have been. I didn't ever get a chance to link up with your brother, but so I'll tell you. So I was in Vegas for Formula One.
Okay, and first of all, I already heard like that was the hotel rooms weren't even available.
It was crazy. And the whole strip was the racetrack. So once you were in the hotel and the races start, you ain't moving nowhere.
How long is the race? Aren't there like long ass hours, 8-hour races?
Yeah.
Well, the race was late at night. The race was like 3 a.m. or 1 a.m.
Nah, they started at 10.
They had 10 West Coast time though.
Yeah. Because
that's 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Well, because it's so big everywhere else in the world that it has to their actual race has to broadcast live in Europe and everywhere else. So the race didn't start till like 10:30, 11.
Right.
But the 3 days prior
that's about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the Middle East.
Right. So the 3 days prior to the actual race, they had like qualifying runs, about 2 of those. So I would say from like 9 o'clock at night till 3 a.m, the front exit of the hotel, like where you catch your Uber, catch a cab, move, is shut down. Like once you're in your hotel, it's a wrap.
You can't even walk?
I mean, you could walk, but the sidewalks are crazy. And like, I'm not going to walk to the club where Kellen's at, a mile down the road through like hotels and hotel lobbies and then makeshift little ramps. I mean, the whole shit was shut off. You know what I'm saying? So
what if you need to cross to the other side of the strip?
I mean, you can get there, but it's not convenient. It's not like, let me just walk up this little bridge and walk over. It was like a million motherfuckers everywhere. Like the sidewalk was like 4th of July type shit everywhere you went.
Were you at a nice hotel?
We stayed at the Bellagio, which is like right where the race started and finished.
Okay.
So we stayed there because of like where it was geographically located for the race.
I would be interested to know like Crooked's perspective on how you can get to gigs inside of there, or even the people that were working.
Well, if you look at Crooked's story, he posted his story.
I saw he went to the wrong place.
He started at the wrong place. Yeah, then I mean, they basically knew where they were playing for the most part, and I think he said he got there 2 to 3 hours early.
And if you're from there, you know how to maneuver your way around there. You know what I mean? I'm not from there, so walking out the front of the hotel to the main lobby trying to catch an Uber. They're like, yo, shit shut down. You can't even get out. The fucking front of the hotel is a racetrack. Like, shit is shut down.
So what did you end up doing?
I mean, we just got to basically gamble, go out to eat, watch the races.
In the Bellagio?
No, we ate at like the Bellagio. We ate at like Prime one night, which is in the Bellagio. Then we went to like the Cosmopolitan, which is right next door on one side. Then beyond that, there's like the Aria. So like you can move around, but you can't, like, you're not going too far because it's just so crowded, so many people that you go to like 2 hotels to your right or like 2 hotels to your left, and like all the hotels have like Galleria malls attached to them. So like there's no shortage of like shit to do.
Yeah.
And the casino is designed for you not to leave anyways. You know what I mean?
Did you gamble?
I did.
You lost?
No, I came up.
Oh,
I was hot. Yeah, I came up. I paid for my whole trip and came up.
You're lying.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't in the text. Oh, I thought it was. I text Eddie. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Because my brother's like, yo, Eddie not trying to link.
Because I was trying to link, but like I got 2 dudes with me, and like I can't leave the hotel because I can't catch an Uber. And then 3 o'clock in the morning comes around, the races are over, and I'm like beat, dog. Like I'm still on East Coast time. I was definitely trying to link, but it was just not like a regular weekend in Vegas would have been way more easier to maneuver. But this shit was just like, I don't. And Kellen moves around like he's like the mayor out there, so he knows, you know. Yeah, that's like if he would come here, I could move around like that. But out there, I got two people with me. This dude's on the table, that dude's on the table. You know, he's hot. He's not trying to move. I'm hot. I'm not trying to move. Let's go meet up with Kel. They're like, no, I'm cool. I'm down $5,000. I'm not trying to leave. I'm gonna try to get this money back. You know what I mean? So
how did they end up?
Just didn't work out. My man smacked him.
The one who was down 5 bands, he came back
35.
35 grand.
Smacked him. Yeah.
What about the other homie?
He didn't really gamble too much. He like lost like $500 and was like, man, fuck this shit.
That's me.
Yeah,
that's
he was
me.
like
that would have been me at like $50.
Yeah,
I'm $20.
Nah.
Yo, $20.
Nah, because once you lose, I don't know.
No, I know me.
You bring money with you to Vegas to gamble. You know what I'm saying?
I still don't want to lose it.
Yeah, no.
What were you playing?
I was playing blackjack and baccarat.
Everybody was playing that? Or your homies?
I played with my homie who like gambles for real.
Yeah.
So I just kind of went to the tables he went to, and I was like,
"Is that your man that I know who lives around the corner from me?" One time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know he gets busy.
Oh, he smacked it for 35. Like they took care of our room. They like paid for all our dinners. They really wanted him to stay.
Oh, so you really, because it was pretty much a free trip, kind of.
It turned out to be one.
Yeah,
it turned out
that was all profit for you.
Yeah, I mean, I smacked him. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know I tried to force Eddie's hand. I think it was Saturday, and because Kellen actually ran into another cat from DC out there, and
do we know somebody we know?
Nah, y'all don't know him. Y'all don't know him. It's a homie though. But so then I was like, oh man, I said, man, what's with Eddie? He said, man, he ain't, you know what I mean? And then like Kel's at Marquee Day Club.
And where was he? Was like he was at some pool party, and I was like,
he's XS. Kel's everywhere you want to be. I'm like,
it's fire. I love that.
And I don't party like Kel does anymore. Right. So I can't even keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like sending me videos of like bottle service and like Little John DJing with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Little John is his man. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's like in the DJ booth with Little John. Like you missing out, dog. And I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I love you, dog. I can't maneuver right now.
Yeah,
I can't maneuver. Thing. Yeah. He was like,
what are you gonna do with all this profit?
He was like, I just left Calvin Harris. I'm about to go check Little John, and I'm like, oh, bro, like
he lives a life, man, for sure. But
it's all love because he had all the best intentions of looking out.
He did though.
I just couldn't make it to where he was.
He 100% did. 100%. If it was a regular weekend,
if I could call an Uber and it's out front, but I'm looking on my phone for Uber and like the whole strip is shut down. You ain't going nowhere. Like if you ain't walking, it's not happening.
Who ended up winning the race? Do we even know?
Both. Well, so I don't know the drivers because I don't follow the sport like that. But both of the Red Bull cars got first and second.
That's the one dude I don't like.
Right, and then Ferrari got third. So
Ferrari got third.
Red Bull got 1 and 2, and then Ferrari got 3. And I think the guy you don't like got second. The other the underdog Red Bull driver got first.
Okay.
I believe.
I forget his name, man, but I remember him from the show.
I think it starts with an S.
Strapian or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What about Lewis Hamilton? He's quiet.
He was like he ain't making no noise. I think he was like 17th or something like that.
Oh man.
I mean, he had a good couple years, you know.
Yeah, the car is just fucked up for him right now, I think.
Yeah. There was like a crazy accident too, I think. Like on like they have to weld the manhole covers down to the street because the G's from the car will pull it up.
Pull it up. Yep.
Yeah. So one dude, like I think one of the Ferrari cars got like fucked up like that because it pulled it up and like, you know, the cars are like plastic, you know.
It pulled up the manhole. It wasn't welded down properly.
Yeah, it pulled up the manhole and fucked the whole car up, like totaled the car. But dog, you don't understand how fast this shit is, dog. Like I don't give a fuck how much of a fan you are. When you standing on the sideline and the car goes by, it's a blur. There's no way you'd be like, oh, that's my man right there. Like you can't tell what color the car is. It's like, woo.
Like, I might be able. You think I could take him in my Accord?
For sure. If you put it in like too low,
put my joint on S. Sport mode.
Put it in S. There was like we watched a bunch of the races and then like you get tired of standing. You know what I'm saying? Like so we went inside and we went back in the casino and like it was better to watch it on TV than it was in person because you can actually see it.
Yeah. How long? Like if a car goes by. And then how long before it comes back around? How far? Like 5 minutes?
You don't know because they're constantly coming around because there's like 20 cars on there.
That is.
I'm gonna send you a video. You can't even tell what car goes by. Like you can't even tell.
My thing about watching it on TV that I don't like is you don't really get the full experience or realize how fast they're going.
Dog. And Vegas, especially because they said like the straightaway at Vegas is the longest straightaway on any F1 track.
So they're going
like 230, 240. Like they cooking, dog. Like literally it was a blur. Like they go past and like you just see like a neon, you know,
streak.
That's it. That's it. And like literally sparks.
Yeah.
Because they're so low, you see sparks coming off the ground.
I like seeing the sparks.
Yeah. It was really dope, man. I would go. They got a 10-year contract, so it'll be there for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I would go back. It's fun.
I saw a lot of people that were out there, man.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's a big sport, man. It's a big sport.
Yeah. Damn. So what do you plan on doing with all your winnings?
Nothing. Let that shit ride. Like whatever.
Okay.
Well, it's not like I could buy like a house with it, you know.
No, I know, but a watch or you just
I'm just gonna let it. I mean,
yeah, just hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Probably spend it for Christmas. Spend it on Christmas presents.
Yeah, I mean, I believe Abdul, you were in California for ComplexCon.
I went to California on Thursday morning, yeah, man, I had a good time. I was out there. ComplexCon was on
Complex
Saturday.
Fly you out there?
No, I went there. You know, it's become my like.
I didn't know if you were like Clark's official manager. Where he, you know, since he's on the panels and shit, they might fly you guys out there.
So that has happened where I've gotten, you know, a few times. This wasn't one of those times.
Yeah,
a couple of times I've been fortunate enough to have the whole thing kind of calmed, but in this instance,
not this time.
Yeah, no.
Who'd you go out there? But Dolos?
Yeah, I went out there Dolo.
Word.
But I went out there and of course Clark, my man, all day was out there. But on Thursday I was Dolo.
They got there Friday.
They got there on Sunday. It came in just for the day. Yeah,
just for the day.
Just for the day. Just for the panel, and then ball just got back out. Came in the morning and left at night.
They both came. Both came out together.
Yeah.
Damn, quick in and out.
Quick in and out.
That's a long day, man, because that flight's like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But literally came in at 9 o'clock in the morning and then they were on like a 11 p.m. flight back home.
Damn. They don't even need to pack.
Nope. Nothing. But I had a good time, man. I had a really good time. Got to link up and hang out with a lot of the homies. Yo, DMV is out in LA heavy.
For sure.
I went out to also somebody from the DMV, Reginald Sylvester, had an opening of his exhibit at a art gallery in LA. And I think it's his first solo exhibit. You all know Reginald Sylvester, right? was doing Rare Panther with Paulo and kid that used to live out here. And but yeah, so all the homies came to that joint, man. I went up there with Roland and OQ and Paulo was there.
He was on your CD shit.
Who?
You. Roland and OQ.
Oh yeah,
your CD shit, heavy engineer.
And I had on the Engineer Garments joint.
Yeah.
So
did you have like a little handkerchief tied around like this?
I had the handkerchief. I had the handkerchief around my ears because I was trying to be different.
A6, Kayano 14s,
Mizunos.
I had on
the Mizunos, the big flex.
Mizunos are fire.
That's like, you wear A6? Oh, you don't know about these.
Nah.
Yeah, you don't know about these.
You don't know about the Mizunos.
Yeah, I might have had gone the Cork Sportif on them or Patrick tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? Take it back. Now I had on some simple, nice little New Balance 1500 classics. You know what I'm saying?
That's a CD. That's a CD shoe.
It is. It shows that I'm walking a lot and I care more about comfort over fashion.
The 1500s are narrow though. That's like probably one of New Balance's most narrow silhouettes.
I don't think it bothers me just because my foot
doesn't bother me either, but it's not like a dad shoe, if you will.
I hear you. You think it's a narrow shoe? I don't really know if
I think it's like I think like the 1500s and like the 998s are pretty narrow.
And those are two of my favorites. The
right.
998, when it comes to just the gray New Balances, probably the 998 is my favorite one.
Yeah, probably the best ones.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
And that gray has like a green hue to it. It's not like a regular New Balance gray.
Well, when you start talking about the green hue, I'm gonna lean to the 1300.
Well, that's like a real green, but
yeah, it's like
if you put like a 996 next to a 998, the 998.
I hit the 998. To me, I like the shape of the end better. I like the way the shoe sits better. Yeah. I like the colors of the gray better.
Yeah.
Like it's all these different nuances that only like a creative director can spot.
Yep.
And so reasons like that are why I just fuck with the 998 a lot more.
Same.
Yeah, so I had the 1500s on, and then we hung out there for a while, man. And who else did I see over there?
You cop a piece of art?
No,
that's
out of my price range. It was actually not art like canvas art. It was more so like sculptures and like steel
he does that too.
Yeah, he's you know what I'm saying? He's big time, dog. Like, Swiss Beats cops a lot of his stuff.
I think that's how he came up. Like I think Swiss bought like one of his
really
one of the first celebrities to like go in and buy like his artwork.
Okay. So yeah, shout out to him, man. He's doing his thing. And from there I went to this Mark Echo party celebrating 30 years of Echo Unlimited.
Is that a CD move? I don't know about that.
It was just a party.
I don't know if Echo's a CD move.
Nah, Echo was never. Did you all ever own anything Echo?
No,
I didn't.
I think I had the Stretch and Bobbito T-shirt because it was like the first
one.
They
had that there.
Yeah, I think I had that.
Wow.
Okay,
had like a Streetwear Eddie living up to the name.
I mean,
if you still have that shirt, it's probably worth some bread.
I don't, but I remember it was like a royal blue.
Oh, nah, they had the gray joint. Unless what they had was a reissue.
Nah, it came in different colors.
Oh, okay.
Probably 30 different colors, probably.
All right. Yeah. So they had some pieces from I guess some people somewhere in the world were out there collecting Echo, but
wow.
A lot of people had, or a few collectors had their Echo collection displayed over there. And Mark Echo was there, MC Search was there.
Doesn't he own Complex? Or at one point in time, did
Echo left Complex a long time ago. Okay. And then I believe he actually came back as sort of like a consultant to do special projects and stuff. But yeah, he has no ties to Complex that I know of at this point. He did start Complex, but it was sold out. Pharrell and who's that?
Eclipse.
Pharrell. Is that a new one, Rome?
It's the first one.
That's the very first Complex?
It says a Mark Echo production on it.
That's the first Complex ever?
Right here it says a mark. Actually, you can't see it.
Does it have a date on it?
September 2006.
Wow.
Damn.
You
got it in the plastic.
Listen, that's a very creative director move right there. You just flexed on us.
You should just see what's sitting on the floor over here. It's really ridiculous.
Oh, he got his whole CD shit on.
No, it's just like there's
spread out right now.
What I found what's that dude's name? I don't know. Anyhow, go ahead. Sorry.
So Mark Echo gave a speech talking about the 30 years of Echo Unlimited, but is it 30 years I don't even know if Echo's still around. So is it still 30 years if you're not around anymore? Or maybe it's still around and it's only being sold in Latin America?
I think it's Echo Unlimited as a company.
Because something else. I always saw the essays with Echo on. Like you go to Langley Park, Echo was heavy. Is that how it was in Arizona?
Like when it moved to like Ross and Marshalls, then it got heavy.
But they had some wild sneakers too. Remember that?
Not really.
Sneakers looked a little bit crazy.
I don't remember Echo sneakers.
But they also had some collaborations. They had some of those displayed, and I didn't even know about that. But they had done a Nike 2K5 basketball shoe, and that must have been like a sample or something like that. But it had the Echo Rhino on the side, which was dope. I actually appreciaded that shoe.
They didn't have an Air Force One?
They didn't have an Air Force One, no.
That's weird.
But they also had an Adidas basketball shoe. But more than that, the vibe in there was really nice. I think Modi, also from the home team, was part of Modi has his own agency, I believe. So he was also working with Team Epiphany on throwing the party. So just because of that, DMV was in there heavy. You know what I'm saying?
No
Dom
doubt.
from somewhere was in there. I went up there with Roland and OQ and Phil Ade and Catone. We all got in together.
Is Catone, what does Catone do? Is he like Phil Ade's manager or something?
Yeah, he's his manager. They live right across from the venue that the party was at.
Oh, Catone lives in LA.
Yeah, they both live in LA.
All right, Catone been there for maybe a year now.
He's been in LA for a minute. He's completely LA now. He's got tattoos and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he looks like a Arab Euro douchebag. I'm joking. I'm playing. Nah, shout out to Catone and Phil, man. They're good kids. Julian came up there and met up with me over there as well. Soft Shoe Raps on Instagram. And the party had food from Uncle Paulie's, and it was nice, man. Open bar. DJ Muggs was DJing.
Wow.
It was a nice little joint. Shout out to Alex from Just Add Hot Sauce, also kind of from this area.
Hampton
University graduate. She now has her own show a cooking show on some channel.
Taste Made.
It's called Just Add Hot Sauce.
No, that's her Instagram name. If you get all the information on her, on her IG page. Which one is that? Wrong. Jerome is holding up something else.
The Ego Trip's Big Book of Racism. It's a classic. Yeah. My bad.
That's also complex.
Nah, this is Sasha Jenkins, Elliot Wilson, Sherman.
Oh, word.
Brent Rollins. It's old.
Wow. Okay. Word.
All things a CD must have in his arsenal.
All things a CD must have.
Listen, I got, what is this stuff? This is Para.
Oh yeah, right? Pia Para. Okay.
Remember that stuff when Commonwealth had the good books back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff, man.
You know what? I actually have some books here too. Should I show off my CD collection?
You got The Alchemist. I got The Alchemist. You gotta have this just to believe in yourself.
You stunning on me. I'm not gonna show my. I have it.
Speaking of The Alchemist,
I have it.
Brooklyn Modern when you want to.
Yeah,
look for home.
Oh, tonight was Earl's sweatshirt in Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
At the Fillmore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerome is for those enjoying the audio experience. Jerome is showing us some books out of his collection. What was the last one?
Monocle.
The monocle, yeah. Of course I have that
Monocle magazine. It's a magazine. You know what I mean? It's just a.
I got every
on
issue. Every issue.
I got
That's
every
cool.
issue.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, we're here with it, man. What's the podcast?
Yeah.
Abdul, was there more to the story? Because I know there was a lot of other.
What got sneaker of the year?
Sneaker of the year was the Jordan 4 SB.
Okay.
That was
my
number one.
Of the year, but
yeah, well, so of course, I mean the list. The way it works is the panel submits their list of maybe like 15 to 20 sneakers. What's that, Rome? What's that pink joint?
I just said it's worth anything.
Little cause book.
Oh, that's cause.
Yeah, it's not open though.
Ooh, okay. Let me see what I got here. Because I have some trinkets as well.
Abdul got something signed by Futura. He gonna shut it down.
I got two of these. Do not open. Rest in peace.
Obviously, you didn't open it because it says "do not open."
Yeah, rest in peace, Virgil. Right, that's what these are.
You got Evian bottles.
Oh, you don't want to see those.
I have some Sean Paul weed.
Is there weed in there?
There should be. I brought it home with me. I have a whole bunch of them.
You have a whole bunch of pre-rolls, Sean Paul pre-rolls?
Yeah, I think so.
Open it up. See if there's one in there.
No, there's no weed in it. I think I just took the canisters.
Like the two.
Yeah, as a memento. But all of these had pre-roll weed in it.
Does it say just give me a light?
Yeah.
Remember these?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, shit, Rome. Jerome showing off the
Rome used to take my shit home from Commonwealth with him.
You're a director, bro.
Yeah. One for you, one for me. Two for you, two for me.
Supreme
book. The hip hop stamps we talked about like 5 years ago.
I have those. I have those.
I love it.
I had a bunch of random stuff.
I don't have no time capsule, man.
Oh, I have my. Is this my? What's it called? Oh. This is my.
Your diploma.
This is my degree.
What is that?
This is a little lace lock of Roland.
Oh, what? You got to put that on a pair of Asics. Is that
actually?
Roland?
Yeah, it is Roland. It's you can't focus right now but I'll send you guys a picture.
Why doesn't he have
Roland's? I believe for Roland's one of his birthdays.
Oh, you guys got him some Commonwealth Air Force Ones, right?
That's what it was. I was trying to remember what we put on it. Yeah. And it came with these Dubrays, and
you kept them.
I kept one set for myself. There was a set that was on the shoes as well.
And you kept the set. You're like, nah, these mine.
I kept the second set for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. How about the shoes?
No, I didn't keep the shoes.
You don't have no
gifted to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it costs a lot of bread actually.
Hell yeah, it does.
So we couldn't afford two pairs. But yeah, so then on Friday, after that was over, we went to Roland and I went to go get some tacos in Little Tokyo at this empty
food truck
parking lot. Nah, it was just a parking lot, bro. Just the food was smashing.
Yeah.
I mean, incredible. I got like 7 tacos and
like the little small joints.
Little small joints.
Perfect. That's what I like because you can have a bunch of them. Try them all.
I only got chicken and beef.
Yeah, because you don't eat pork.
No, I don't eat pork, but they had different variations.
You get the tongue ones.
Well, no, I don't. I'm not.
The beef tongue ones are the best ones, dog.
I wasn't willing to experiment at that.
It's so good. You had them before, Jerome?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I've never had tongue.
You probably have and didn't know it.
No, I've been pretty consistent with just chicken and beef.
I've had oxtail.
Oxtail. I've been on birria a lot, obviously. So,
Oh, you like that dip?
And then obviously, I mean, you got to go fish. Fish tacos are just especially
that's my
I like the tongue tacos is my shit.
You didn't get fish tacos in LA, Abdul? You didn't have a good fish taco option? Oh yeah. No. Fish tacos are a solid option, man, for sure.
And then Friday night, I got invited to a Clippers game by some friends at Nike and in the Nike suite at the Staples Center. So that was a dope experience, man. Just because I'd never been to a suite inside.
What's the
Nike,
difference? What's the difference between like the
center? Huh?
What's the difference between like a suite at the crypto than the one here at the Wizards?
Probably not a whole lot, to be honest. This one was nicer. It was nicer, and it was their own corporate suite, so it had Nike logo on it and Just Do It, and you know what I'm saying? It's their suite year round, like nobody else. It's not like one that just hire. They rent it out for the night, huh?
Do you steal anything out of there?
I'm not gonna talk about that. I might or might not.
There's got to be like a little memento.
I mean,
got to.
Jerome pulls out one more thing, and I'm gonna bring out what I got from the crypto center.
You want to see something?
I'll play it. I just found a couple things. But then on Saturday and Sunday, of course, I did ComplexCon. Again, DMV out there heavy. I'm talking about.
And not just heavy, out there making noise heavy.
Making noise, bro.
Yeah, not just out there.
What's that, Rome? Is that a poster?
Remember that Cheetah Supreme towel from like
that's one of them?
Yeah, and I got the book too. I got the tote. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff.
Jerome is a supreme historian. But shout out to Chris Pirate. Local artist from here. Again, he was out there killing it. And what I liked about it was DMV kind of had their own section or ComplexCon. They were all in a row, like Vandy, who's also from out here. I mean, when we're talking about numbers, and I think I might have said this before on a previous podcast, but there was a line at Vandy's. Is it a booth? It's his booth. Yeah. It's not a stall. It's a booth. There was a line at Vandy's booth on Saturday all day long and Sunday all day long.
For what?
For whatever he was selling.
T-shirts,
jackets. He's got Clark's collaborations.
I never see anybody wearing that.
Bro, it's out there heavy. I saw mad people wearing that shit.
Is it like the new antisocial social club?
It's a little bit more thoughtful than that, actually. It's actually stuff that you look at and be like, oh, well, antisocial social club is just those words. That's it.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of design aspects and things to it that you could really be like, oh, he made this shit look fly.
Yeah, there was a Nike Talk kid, man. He worked
at the Stussy store in Vegas, right? Or
yeah. I mean, he wasn't a designer. He was just like a Nike. He was just a car guy.
He saw a lane and he went for it. I respect
it. Crushed it. Oh, you have to
crushed it.
But I think when you talk about somebody like Vandy or somebody like Jung from Hu Jung Woo, there's a lot more thought into their business. They're trying to create something that can sustain over time. But Vandy was on one side, Chris Pirate was kind of in the middle, and then Hu Jung Woo, friend of the show, did our first collaboration shirt that we had with Yums. Was printed by Jung. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah. I remember that.
That was almost 5 years ago.
He got to run it back with a fresh set.
We'll run it back.
We'll run it back with a fresh creative director.
We're gonna run it back with a collab with him.
Fresh creative director too.
He's on fire now, and we just gotta ride that out with him. You know what I mean? But he had 4 booths.
What?
Like, he was killing it. He had a collection that came out with WJW golf wear, and that was one booth. It had a whole experience for golf and things like that, and you can buy, you know what I'm saying? And then he has a collaboration with Kashina from Korea, which is a big retailer out of there. So it's a WJW Hu Jung Woo times Kashina, which is one of the biggest sneaker stores out of Korea. Wow. And they had a Helinox collaboration, like a whole fucking tent and camping material. They had the the fly ill chair, you know what I'm saying, that folds up into like multiple shit, and then you can pack it. It's like this big when you're done pack. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like the ill chair. And you know, they had a whole experience. You can see it looks like they're fucking camping in the middle of the wilderness and whatnot. Like you could cop that. That was a massive exhibition. And then Jung is also a big soccer player. He's nice with it. He actually had a full ride to Howard University coming out of high school. You know, things in his family and things like that kind of went a little bit awry, and he ended up not going to college. But he's nice with it. So he had a collaboration with a soccer jersey company and a WJW. I think they call Over the Pitch. I'm sorry if I'm fucking up the name of that company, man, but they make ill soccer jerseys. I ended up copping a jersey just because of how tight it is. And so that was the third booth. And then the fourth booth was a whole Kashina booth with their Adidas collaboration. They did a Samba that's super ill. They were selling it at ComplexCon, and then it's going to come out only in Korea in about a month. And then they had they had an other shoe, which was an Adidas campus that were only 50 pairs made, that were designed by this ill Korean artist who passed away. And this was one of his drawings that they used. His family allowed them to use it on the shoe.
Wow.
And so there was a whole history behind the artist, as well as some of the work he's done. And then artists all around. He had a previous shoe that came out with Kashina, and artists all around the world, like the illest motherfuckers, like had they all kind of customized their artwork on his shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they had all of those displayed for like exhibition. Like Takashi Murakami went crazy on a pair and like drew all kinds of ill shit. You know what I'm saying? So Superfly, and all of this was because of Jung.
Wow.
Like Jung had a role within ComplexCon this year, and he was able to bring, you know, this retailer out from Korea who wanted some sort of exposure here in the US or whatever it was, but you know, he was able to make it happen for them. And yeah, so his shit was super ill, next level. So super proud of him. And then, you know, outside in the food area, there was a chicken and mambo sauce booth.
Stop playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say they're from out here, because I ended up not eating there. The line was a little bit long at one time when I was out there. So I didn't make it. They
gotta be from out here, because Mumbo Sauce is DC.
They have to be. I don't know if they are, but they did have Chef E as one of the cooks on the flyer. So if you know Chef E, who's a big name from out here, he was part of that as well. So you're right. I think they might be from out here. I just can't confirm it. That's all. Shout out to my man Rocky, who's also from here originally. He's from Bethesda, Maryland, who had Rocky's Matcha, and they were crushing it. They had a whole bunch of merch for sale. They had a collaboration with Awake, and just a whole bunch of ill shit, man. So shout out to Rocky. You know, Bun B was out there. Trill Burgers.
Wow.
Trill Burgers is amazing. Yeah, man, it was dope. Product wise, it was a little bit like not as energetic, because they just didn't feel like the old complex cons when there were 1,000,001 drops happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I bought a pair of sneakers. I bought the J Tips Sauconys. There's a blue pair.
Pink ones?
No, there's a blue pair that came out at ComplexCon, and I grabbed those. And yeah, and I bought a few T-shirts from some young African designers that were really impressive to me. Yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot of shopping, to be honest, bro.
What shoes shut down ComplexCon this year?
I think probably the craziest thing
There wasn't like a undefeated Air Max 97 release or something?
No, there was no Nike presence at the whole thing.
Wow.
They did have the ASICS gallery department collaboration. I think they had a few pairs for sale, and I saw some people going crazy for. But the line for that one was a little bit crazy, and I didn't not feel like waiting, so I skipped it. Yeah, that was essentially ComplexCon, man. You know, I think I don't know if it's official yet, but word is Complex has been sold to Aaron Levant, I believe is his name, the gentleman who owns Network, the app Network.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he
used to own something else? Didn't he used to do a trade show back in the day also?
Well, he was, I believe, the whole idea of ComplexCon might have been his idea, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think he did work for a trade show before that. He worked for a trade show. I don't know if he started his own, but yeah, I don't know too much about him, to be honest. But I know BuzzFeed, the former owners of Complex, you know, they I'm sure they took a big hit, man, because I don't think they got even what they paid for it. So he got a great deal out of it.
Yeah, that dude used to do one of the trade shows back in the day.
Yeah, he used to own that store DCMA also with the good Charlotte dudes, I think.
Oh, did he?
That's how old I go. Yeah.
Okay, that's possible. He looks like he kind of dresses like in all black, so that's very possible. He's part of.
He used to do Agenda.
Agenda, okay.
That was his joint.
All right. Shout out to him. I mean, so he comes from the whole trade show world.
He's in streetwear, yeah.
Yeah, so and you know what? This to me might be a better look for Complex, man, because I just feel like
he bought Complex.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like Complex might have lost its identity. Not so much, but having BuzzFeed as owners seems like your owners are so out of touch with everything that Complex is supposed to represent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this to me seems like it might be a better fit because of, you know, I mean, this kid, obviously he's done things like the Agenda trade show or he's worked on ComplexCon before. So he kind of knows what time it is. Network, the app kind of does, you know what I mean, things that are somewhat valid within this space. So,
for sure,
you know, I think he might be like a new sort of Mark Echo. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Maybe that's a reach, but maybe it isn't.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
So, that being said, this might have been the lowest attended ComplexCon in the history of the show.
Wow.
Yeah. Out of all the years, I think this was the lightest, bro.
Well, same weekend as F1, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was one. And then I think, two, you said there was no Nike presence.
Yeah.
So if you're not drumming up any hype, and if the brands aren't drumming up hype, right? Because, you know, you said there was a couple pair of gallery department ASICs, which are, in my opinion, a bit of a lazy collab.
I think it's like splatter paint, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like, if there's nothing really that's going to draw you there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I think the sneaker panels, and this is no disrespect to anybody on there, but we can freshen the panels up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We can introduce some new faces. Mm-hmm. We can introduce just new key concepts for the entire thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the you know, I get what it's supposed to represent, and I do like ComplexCon. I've never
but you can't have like a sneaker panel where every guy's like 50 plus years old talking about the hottest shoe of the year.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta have some young guns on.
No, they did. Little Yachty was on there.
I mean, but you know, it's still like
it's still Jim Jones, Clark Kent. You know, not that they're not valid opinion, but like,
yeah. And what's her name?
13-year-old kids don't care about them.
Yeah.
I think she's Don C's wife, right?
Don C's wife. Yeah.
What does she have to do with sneakers?
I think she has a design background. I don't know.
No,
couldn't even talk. Honestly, she lost her voice.
Yeah,
her opinion on a few things is a little wasn't it though, but nevertheless,
yeah.
You know, I just feel like, you know, maybe you're right. I mean, BuzzFeed as a company has gone through changes a lot too, though.
Yeah.
Right. So they weren't the BuzzFeed that I was DJing for 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They kind of became like that conglomerate, and now you said this guy,
media company.
Yeah, this guy it has street roots, so you'll see where he's able to direct it, and see what it looks like moving forward. I would just say, like F1 is a tough weekend to go against, particularly the first F1 weekend.
That's true.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And I can also shoot them some bail in this regard that the world is kind of in a crazy place. The economy is not the best, where companies are like, yo, we're willing to blow like
dump
$50,000 on this exhibit, and who the fuck knows what our return.
And that's on the low. That's on the low end, 50,000.
Of course, that's on the low end. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a whole lot of different things that affect this. Potentially, a third world war brewing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So,
was it better light or no? Because sometimes some of those things are like better when you can move around a little bit easier.
Yeah. It was,
you know what I mean? Light. Like you can move around. It's a little bit light. Like you still see everybody you want to see is going to be there for sure.
For me, and if they still have it, but I'll tell you this: when I walked in the morning, and I saw nobody lined up outside to get in,
you're like, oh shit.
My thoughts like, immediately.
How am I going to finagle this? They're definitely gonna see me up here. You can't even sneak in when there's nobody out there.
Well, I had a pass this time for real. Clark had already set that all up.
Word.
But my first thoughts, honestly, and I'm not even exaggerating, were like,
it's a bust.
R.I.P. ComplexCon. This is the last one I'm coming to.
Yeah.
Like I literally thought this is gonna be the last one ever.
Yep.
But by the end of the day, it had filled up a little bit more. I will say that. But it's just the energy was just different. People just were not, because there was no product that people were excited about being sold. People just took their good old time getting there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there wasn't nothing people were going crazy over.
Right. So if there was like Nike Air Forces dropping or whatever, I remember there were 15,000 people out front.
So no app trying to win shoes.
Nothing.
Yeah. How many pairs of shoes you come home with?
2.
Wow.
I got one of the 50 Kashina Adidas campuses, and I bought the J-Tips Sauconys.
That's nothing. That's nothing for you.
But again, like we've talked about a lot of just the things that'll affect attendance, let alone participation. I mean, there was no Commonwealth
that was
NPR this year. You know what I'm saying? There was you know what I mean? And
did you hear about what happened there?
I definitely did. You know what I mean? So
tragic. We're gonna talk about it on the Patreon.
So What's a podcast? We are about 52 minutes in. We're actually not going to do it this episode because we want to give you guys the full ride. When you're riding down 95. But the initial plan for this weekend, for this episode, was to put the first hour on
Patreon.
First hour on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and the second hour on Patreon. But we probably got about 30 minutes left, so we'll probably give y'all the rest of this for free. But I was gonna say very, very soon you're gonna need to get that patreon.com What's a Podcast subscription.
Step it up.
$5. I've got the t-shirts designed for the $10
tier.
Space $10 tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that and I just heard everything that Abdul said. And the thing that confuses me the most, and I know what the answer is going to be to some degree, but I still want to say this. All right. You have a lot of incredibly talented people who are from the DC area, who leave the DC area, find a ton of success in obviously other places. And there's a million people from everywhere who go to New York, LA. So this is nothing against these people. But I feel like in 2024, you could almost, if you hustle enough and utilize your resources and do what you need to do, you could still be just as successful in the DC area as much as you could be in LA. Because there's tons of competition in LA.
It depends on what you do.
We're talking about clothes. Let's just say clothing for example. We're talking about
I like the angle you're taking. Keep going.
So, for example, Vandy the Pink.
Yeah.
Vandy.
Yeah.
Northern Virginia guy, I believe.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Northern Virginia is one of the most affluent areas in the country.
Yep.
If you set up, maybe not a shop, but if you had something
pop
there,
up something,
he does
something there.
He has not left. He's here.
I'm not. I'm just saying because he did a pop up with Commonwealth.
Yep.
And he did one with somebody else. And I mean, he had burger themed sneakers.
That's his thing. Burgers and fries.
Go crazy for those.
Go crazy.
The little toys with burgers in it.
Now,
oh my God.
I don't understand it.
Now, Rocky's Matcha.
Yeah.
How many coffee shops, just off the top of your head right now, can you guess that are between here and let's say Springfield Mall?
Thousands.
3,000. Yeah.
3,000.
More.
Now you're telling me that if you say, okay, we're going to identify.
Is Rocky from here?
Yeah, he's from here.
He's from Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you identify the top 10.
Chevy Chase High School.
Let's say you identify the top 10 or whoever has more than 4 locations.
Yep.
And you approach them with this product.
That's happening.
See what I'm saying?
Creative director. Roll you on your CD, Joy.
But he's not moving back here. He's just
no.
But what I'm saying is all of this talent that he just named, he just said, yo, there's a whole block, a whole row full of all these people.
I mean, Chris Pirate's still here, right?
Chris Pirate is still here. Yeah.
He's here. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with him, but
I mean, you're familiar with his work.
I've seen some of it, yeah, for sure.
He comes from a background of he's a real artist. He comes from a background of painting murals and doing.
Yeah, things. I just don't happen to know him.
Commander Salamander back in the day, designed all their merch and all their in-store brands and all that stuff.
It's all good, man. I just don't know that kid, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like, truth be told, because the DC area is so unique to what it is, there's a lot of money here. The only thing you really need to help with is potentially the marketing out of the area. But for parts of Maryland to look like DC, parts of DC, I gotta DJ National Landing next week. Have y'all been over there yet?
What is this? National Landing?
National Landing.
The National Harbor?
No. National Landing is the city they created for Amazon that sits right there near Pentagon City Mall. It's a whole brand new city.
Is that over there by the soccer fields?
Yes. Shit looks fire.
Soccer fields look fire.
Just honestly, bro, if I played soccer, if they had more basketball courts, I'd move to Virginia because that's the stuff you need to like.
They got basketball courts out there.
If I could play ball, I'd do it. But all I'm saying is you have all these super talented people. Like, I get that LA is the best place for resources probably outside of New York, but at some point somebody's got to stay here to really get it cracking, you know what I'm saying? Because what's the point of being like, yo, I'm from here, I go back home on Christmas and Thanksgiving, but like I spend the rest of my time out in LA. Like, you're contributing to LA.
They want to be out there, that's why.
You know what's so funny,
but you want to tell somebody where you're, you know what I'm saying though? Like, I'm from this place though.
It's so funny that you said that about Vandy because one of the statements he actually just made, I saw it recently in one of his stories. I don't know if it was before ComplexCon or after, but it was to the extent, and I'm paraphrasing, that they said it couldn't be done if you stayed in Centerville, but we made it from Centerville, Virginia.
Listen, now I haven't been in Centerville in a long time. It's very, very far away.
Fair Oaks Mall.
Right.
It's by Dulles Airport for those that are not familiar with.
It's a nicely affluent area.
Of course.
There's some big money out there, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I feel like Vandy did was he figured out who he was and what he wanted to sell.
Yep.
He was able to
wanted to sell it to.
I'm about to say he was able to mobilize and figure out who his customer was.
Yep.
And then he found his customer in every state. And then he found his customer in every country. And he's able to sell sneakers that look like hamburgers.
And French fries.
I saw them in person. Listen, it was so bad. I was DJing.
You had them at the shop.
I was DJing out of town. I came back in town. We drove past the in-store. I said, I'm not going over there because it's burgers and French fries clothing. Yeah. And when I went to work the next day, the leftover pieces people lined up in the morning for the leftover pieces.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. But
oh shit.
Is this late breaking news?
Late breaking fucking news.
Let's go.
I'm almost even scared. Not scared, but nervous to even say it.
Say it.
I just sent you all the link. Look at this shit.
Oh my!
That's real. I mean, that's gonna happen to all the stores up here too. He wasn't he like jammed up before that?
I mean, on some street shit, but
that's what this is.
Different.
That's what
this involves Chinese money couriers and shit.
Yeah, that's how you laundering money, bro.
Should we announce this or when?
Absolutely not.
I don't want to step.
Send it to your man who runs the store. See what he says. That's crazy.
God damn! I'm not gonna say anything. I'm okay.
Oh wow! They essentially put it out there who it is in the article though. If you read the article.
Yeah, they say
they say the man who owns such and such. So
yeah.
God bless. God bless. I know he's a family man, and I don't want to see anybody.
No more Jordan collabs.
I don't want to see anybody get jammed up on something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know who we got to text about that. We'll text about it. We'll text them off air though for sure. So we'll see, man. But I would love to see a ComplexCon just in this area, right? Because
sure. Yeah,
because
like a DMV version of ComplexCon, or like
I'd like to see actual ComplexCon,
like ComplexCon East Coast.
That would be dope. I mean, to a much localized concentration, not even a version of ComplexCon, but what I do like, Eddie, you and I went to that, is what Rich from Home Court was doing in downtown Silver Spring with the night market and that sort of streetwear market. It's super dope. It's a vibe, bro. If you go in there, you will feel like you're in one of the magazines behind you because everybody is super like-minded. I go to that joint and I end up hanging out there for hours.
Yeah, you plan on going there to like 2-3 hours and you end up shutting it down.
Yeah, it's a real vibe, and it's people selling sneakers and their own independent brands and everything along those lines, man. So I do like that, and I've been to the one over here. I actually went to one inside of Chantilly. Had another market that was indoors inside of their convention center, and that was what we went to. Eddie, it was that at a much larger scale inside the whole convention center, not the whole joint, but half of it. They took over half of it, and DeLorean Ugly Mike was there. He had set up shop, so it's a lot of different vendors. You start seeing the same faces. It kind of brings back a little bit of nostalgia for me, especially as somebody who's traveled for sneakers or go lining up for sneakers, and you end up start seeing some of the same faces at all these different places.
Yeah,
you start forming some sort of bond or connection with people, just whether you want to or not. And this kind of gave me that sort of vibe.
Well, again, the thing is, you're not going to get a ComplexCon in the area if a large amount of people who are consider themselves creators aren't in the area, right? You've got to have a Rocky's Matcha in DC for people to want to come visit it in DC. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a Vandy store, and you got to have, whomever.
I mean, I also feel like some of these brands, part of the appeal is like not having a Vandy store because then they want to stand in line and get like those shoes that sell out that nobody else can get. If everything's like readily available all the time, then they're not going to buy it,
Yeah, I mean, I think we see that with Supreme, right? We've seen how they've slowly.
I mean, do they have shit on the shelves of Supreme?
Yeah. When you go to a Supreme store, you can get everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
I actually planned on going to the store in LA just to go see the new one, and I didn't end up doing it.
I mean, it's just I'd like to see that, you know what I mean, because I feel like that's how you bring an area up and continue to inspire kids and get the kids excited about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot to also mention another big DMV component that's been making a name in LA as well as just within the culture itself. Paulo and his mom's Carmen's Empanadas were also a fixture at ComplexCon in the food area.
She does stuff here though, right? Or only out there?
No, she's packing up her bags and we're taking the talents to California, dog. They're fucking moving. His brother.
Do you see what I'm saying now? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, so to shoot them as a family some bail, his brother, Paulo's older brother, lives out there. He's having a family. Maybe I'm giving away too much information, but he's having a family.
It's time for moms to move out there.
Moms is going to be out there, and Spanish family. She's going to take care of the family and grandkids, and so at this point, it's become like a thing where it's also more than just a business. But mom's already had a setup with empanadas out here too.
She got the same joint out here.
She used to have it.
Okay,
you know what I mean? She was selling empanadas out here. It's just he's been able to use. He's been able to use his CD hat and take it to a different fucking level.
He got big CD hat,
and
big wide.
The empanadas are fucking amazing, amazing.
Yeah. You tried them?
Yes, I ate there.
They twice. They probably cooked with lard.
Don't say that because we don't know that.
They might not have any pork in it, but they probably cook with lard.
You don't know that because once you start saying it means that I know it, and if I don't know it, it's okay for me to eat it.
That's why anytime Abdul eats something, he's like, "Man, that shit was so good." That motherfucker was cooked with some kind of pork in there.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Paulo and his family. He's been crushing it.
This article is getting legs. I'm getting people fucking sending me the same thing all over the place. Holy shit. By the time this article comes out, I think if you know what time it is and you're kind of know and you're like us, you probably know who we're talking about. We're not going to be the ones to say
it's so easy to figure it out in the article, though. Like they literally.
Oh, and the article is a fucking picture. You don't even have to figure it out.
Yeah, says
The article, the main thing of the article is a picture of the actual store.
Yeah.
Did you look at it, Jerome?
I read the second. If you read the second sentence, you figure out what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ. God bless, man. God bless. God bless.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's what's the podcast episode 233, aka Jive Turkey. At this point, we're just gonna say, what is Abdul watching?
Honestly, Abdul's been on travel mode, and so I have not been able to watch any television at all, really. Since the last time we spoke. We spoke on Wednesday, and I was out first thing Thursday morning. So whatever I said last week, I'm still watching it.
We also need the if you know it, Abdul, the who took the picture of you and Wale. I need to go back and credit that.
Oh shit. I do have that actually. Oh, we need to credit her.
We need to credit that person, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We do. That's a big thing in the CD world, right? You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna text.
Text that to me, and I'll make the adjustment.
Yeah, because you don't want to take somebody else's credit.
No, not at all. The CD world is vicious. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, shout out to Wale. Some of the stories that have been coming out are crazy. He's debunked all of them, and so I'm gonna say I believe his version.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Basically, what I've been listening to is the new Andre 3000 album.
Oh, how is it?
So it's all flutes and very.
The titles
mellow.
are crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no bars. He's playing the flute.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dead ass, bro.
There's
100%.
There's no bars.
No bars. No He's not
beats,
rapping.
No
I
bars,
think the name of the album is like I'm not rapping or something.
No,
like
that's the name of the first song.
Oh,
the name of the album is like.
Let me read you this track.
The name of the album is New Blue Sun. The first song is called "I Swear I Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me." The second song is called "The slang word pussy rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Do you agree?" The third song is called "That Night in Hawaii When I Turned Into a Panther and Started Making These Low Register Pouring Noise That I Couldn't
control."
The first song
wild.
Bipolar disorder's daughter wears a three. It's just weird shit. Like mushrooms will kill you. But the album has been mastered with a particular frequency, and the frequency supposedly encourages like healthy sleeping, creative sleeping, good digestion. So if you put the album on while you're sleeping, supposedly you get a really great rest. I'm gonna be in bed in about 15 minutes, and I'm gonna try it out.
I feel like you're gonna get good rest. I feel like you're gonna get good rest with or without that song playing.
I mean, I don't rest well. I just take like short naps. But Saturday night I had the longest day ever on Saturday, and I put the album on, and I was asleep immediately. So hopefully, we'll see.
Literally all flutes. He's playing a recorder the whole time.
He's playing multiple flutes, bro. There's
different kinds of flutes, though, right?
There's a great GQ magazine video interview with him where he explains his side of things, his process. So if you haven't watched that, please go do that. The Drake Scary Hours 3, Drake and J. Cole are going to be on tour together in the winter. With the Drake Scary Hours 3, it's basically just Drake sort of giving rap fans what they want, proving to Joe Budden that he can still rap. There's Welcome to Collie Grove, which is a 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne album. I love Wayne's bars, but the album for some reason just isn't really getting the job done. As we spoke about earlier, Earl Sweatshirt and Alchemist were in town tonight. Didn't get a chance to catch that show. I just saw that a jazz show that I really wanted to see is coming to DC in January, but I'll be in Vegas DJing. Very sick about that. And yeah, I mean, what's the podcast? We did it again, episode 233. Shout out to my guy, always available, #Streetwear Eddie.
Peace, fellas.
Shout out to the late breaking news.
The news breaking that
consigliere.
It's actually like an IRS probe, actually.
Yeah.
It's always an IRS probe.
IRS will come for you, man.
And I am DJ Jerome Baker III. IRS. And we are out. Peace.
One.
Peace.